Avoid these 5 feeding errors that slow down the growth of your fish. Are you aware that many fish farming losses are connected to feeding management? If you can avoid these 5 feeding errors, I tell you the truth, you will know exactly how to manage feeding so your fish grow faster, stay healthier, and give you more profits. Believe me, you don't want to skip this video for anything in this world. The first feeding error that slows down the growth of your fish is inconsistent feeding schedule. Fish thrives on routine. If you feed your fish today at 7 a.m., 11 a.m. tomorrow, and you skip feeding the next day, you are disrupting their feeding rhythm. That inconsistency confuses them, it stresses them, and lowers their feed conversion efficiency. That's not a problem. What I mean is that stress reduces how they convert feed to flesh. And I'm going to tell you what to do. If you feed once daily, schedule a time in the morning or evening that is convenient for you, and you will always adhere strictly to it. If based on your feeding plan, you feed twice daily, 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. is a good example. See, the best time to feed your fish is mid-morning and late afternoon. The second feeding error that slows down the growth of your fish is wrong feeding frequency. Small fish like fry and fingerling need smaller quantities of feed more frequently to grow fast. Meanwhile, many farmers just feed them once or twice daily, and they end up feeding the bigger fish too much. You don't have to feed your big fish more than twice daily. Have you considered why babies like to feed multiple times? In the morning, afternoon, evening, midnight, they just want to feed. The creator designed it so. The younger ones need smaller quantities of feed more frequently, and as they grow, the bigger ones need larger quantities of feed less frequently. The third feeding error that slows down the growth of your fish is improper feed size. Fish require varying size of feed depending on their age and size. When you feed your fish with pellets that are too large, what happens is that they will not be able to swallow it. Guess what happens to that feed? It gets wasted, and then the feed goes ahead to pollute the water. On the other hand, when you feed your fish with pellets that are too small, they expend more energy chasing crumbs of feed than they gain eating them. For instance, your feed expends 900 kilocalories of energy to chase a feed that gives them 800 kilocalories of energy. Now, this is how you should fix this. Upgrade your feed size as your fish grow. The number 4 feeding error that slows down the growth of your fish is feeding under wrong conditions. The key to understanding this is identifying low oxygen periods. Are you aware that there are periods when the dissolved oxygen in your pond water is low, and if you feed your fish at such times, they will not feed well? Many farmers watching me right now, you have experienced this. While feeding, you see feed floating on your water and you assume that they are satiated. No, they are not full. They are oxygen stressed. And I'm going to show you what to do. That your pond water looks dead and appears like there is no life in it is a sign that fish will not respond well to feeding. Now, when are the low oxygen periods? Very early in the morning, hot afternoon, and even harmattan when the water is too cold. Always remember that these are the periods you should avoid feeding. And don't feed your fish too early. Like I mentioned earlier, the best time to feed is mid-morning and late afternoon, or evening as some others call it. In fact, during harmattan, you can choose not to feed in the morning, and by the time you feed in the evening, they will respond well to feeding and optimize the feed for better growth. The 5th feeding error that slows down the growth of your fish is poor feed storage. Many farmers are unknowingly guilty of this. Even the best quality feed loses nutrients when they are not stored properly. If you store your feed in a hot place, your feed will degrade. If you store your feed in a place where there is moisture, your feed will degrade. Even if you store your feed in a cool, dry place, but you leave the bags open, your feed will degrade. Especially the vitamins and oils. Look, In this case, farmers feed that kind of fish and expect that they will grow well. No, these are the things that slow down the growth of your fish. A lot of times, degraded feed does not always look like it. You are not feeding enough required nutrients with the feed anymore. Farmers therefore end up giving feed with lesser nutrients than the fish requires. When fish consume spoiled feed, they grow slowly even if they appear to be feeding well. In some other cases, it leads to diseases. So what should you do? Store feeds in a cool, dry place and cover them properly. Your feed should be in a well-ventilated place, and never store feeds directly on the floor. Use pallets. As much as you need good quality feed, you need smart feeding management. Avoid these errors and you will see faster growth, better survival, and of course, higher profits. If this video makes sense to you, kindly leave a comment and tell us what stood out for you. Please hit the like button and follow this page if you want more videos like this. Thank you.